Rescue, my nigga Warren. What's up with you, man?
I'm good.
I'm good, man. Yeah, I said, man, Warren, man. I told James, I said, man, let me go out there, man, and look at homie in the door, man.
Oh yeah. Yes, indeed.
Right.
That's all
Right.
good.
Well, appreciate you coming on, taking your time out to talk to us, brother.
It's all good, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
all the time. How's life? How's life treating you?
I'm good. Just still doing music. Really into the barbecue scene. With sauces and rubs. That's it, man. And just trying to get these kids right and make sure they do something in life.
All the time. That's a good thing. But I want some of that barbecue sauce, man. I get it.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a barbecue this summer. I want to try it.
Yes, indeed.
I don't do hot stuff though.
Okay, I got an original. I got an old. I call it the OG sauce. I have OG smoky, but like you said, you don't like it. And then I got an OG spicy, but I'll send it anyway, just in case you got people that like the spicy sauce.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna send two rubs.
I don't like it though.
Rubs, the beef rub and and I got a rub that you could use on chicken, pork, fish. They good, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
I know a couple of people that make their own hot sauce. How you get into that, man? How did you just say one day you want to make some sauce and how you get into that?
Well, my dad, he was a cook in the Navy, and he used to cook and box in the Navy, and all he did was cook, for us. So he used to make sauces and stuff. So I just used to watch what he do, and I just started trying it myself. Starting off with the ketchup way, but I put a twist in my sauce that I have now. It's got a little bit of a different twist. It ain't too tomatoey, but it's nice. I'm telling you, you're gonna be like, God damn, this shit.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to try it. I'm see if my wife
but my dad, I learned from just watching my dad, man, and just started, mixing, trying different flavors out. And I'm like, shit, I barbecue all the time. I've been doing it for so long. Everybody like, Warren, you need to open a barbecue shop or get your own sauces and rubs and stuff. So I did it. And it's pretty good. I'm happy about that, man. Especially what's going on right now. We can't do shows. So I got to buy other business.
Well, I wish I had some. I could dip and dab in something at this time, but
yeah.
man,
well,
I
you
just
good.
sit back
Shit,
and
this is
relax.
dope right here.
Just sit back.
Yeah,
Right.
man, we are blessed.
I mean, I do it once a week.
Oh yeah.
I do it once a week.
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yeah.
Here you go. Hey, my wife, she say hi, man.
Tell her I said hi, man.
She well, actually, she know your wife. She from Long Beach.
Oh,
her
is that
pops
right?
Is, they called him, they called her pops the Godfather.
Oh, okay. Yes, indeed.
You familiar? Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name Wendy.
Oh, okay. Yes, indeed.
She's real good friends with your wife.
Okay. Yeah, that's
good.
all
she
good.
said hi.
How you doing?
Right.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so Warren, let me ask you this, man.
See, we connected and we don't even know it.
Exactly. I didn't know it until I told her that we was gonna do an interview with you. I'm friends with his wife. Oh yeah, I know them. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
As I know you ain't never spoke on those guys. So yeah, I got me a Long Beach woman over here, man.
Yes, indeed.
Buck wild.
Hey, so Warren,
yes,
speaking of Long Beach, man, let's go back to the beginning, right?
Uh-huh.
You was always known, man. There was a record store, man, called Velvet Underground in North Long Beach, right?
Uh-huh.
It was an old white guy, and they used to always tell me, man, there's a dude in here, man, that be buying, you know, getting all, because I was going in there getting albums to get the samples and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was hearing about you like before it even, you know, all popped off, man. Let's go back to the beginning. Snoop was originally your artist, huh?
Well, we was a group. We was we started out. Our name was Three the Hard Way, but then once we was like we was on the spot back then, and we was on the spot, you know, serving, and we was still trying to do the music, and so we named ourselves 213, the area code, because we was listening to four. I'm high, by the way, y'all. Don't mind me. I just smoked a joint.
So good.
But we was listening to 415, and at that time we was like, shoot, well let's represent 213, which was our area, which is Long Beach, Compton, Watts, LA. You know, let's rep our area, and that's just where things started. But we was always a group, man. He wasn't my artist. I was just trying to push for us to get known, you know, for somebody to sign us, you know. So that was my whole thing. I was just pushing to the max, just trying to make it happen for us.
No, I just wanted to know how you wind up at Death Row Doors with Snoop.
Well, that started. Well, we was at that time we had a mixtape out called Long Beach is a Mother, and what we did is we were just passing it out all around the neighborhoods and everywhere, from always from LA, Compton, Watts, everybody that knew us, and we just was pushing. We was at the Toe Jam. You remember? I don't know if you remember the Toe Jam still downtown.
Yeah, I remember that.
Roger. God damn it, Roger. What that used to be at the Uncle Jam's Army? He was the one who was the promoter.
Yeah, Roger Clayton.
Roger Clayton. Yeah. we used to be pushing, you know, through the Toe Jam and just everywhere, the little clubs and stuff. And I hadn't talked to that. Well, I hadn't talked to Dre in a long time, so I hit him, and I was like, man, you know, what's up? You know, I want to see you, man. I want to link up with you. So he was like, well, come up here. My boy L.A. Dre is having a bachelor party, so you could come. So I was like, okay. So me, one of my buddies, his name is Rod, and who else was it? It was me and Rod. It was me and Rod. We went up there, and they was playing music, and they ran out of stuff to play, so they was starting to play stuff again. So I told L.A. Dre, I was like, look, man, let me pop this tape in, you know, just to play the music for you guys to see how they like it. So I popped the tape in and played it, and there was a song that we had called Long Beach is a Mother. And, you know, L.A. Dre was like, who was that? And I was like, that's me and my buddy Snoop and Nate Dogg. And so he was like, hey, Dre, yeah, listen to this. So Dre came over and he listened, and he was like, who was that? And I was like, that's me, my homeboy Snoop, and my homeboy Nate Dogg. So he was like, man, that's dope. He was like, y'all come up to the studio on Monday. So I was charged up. I was like, cause I hadn't seen Dre and I don't know how long. It was a really long time. And so I was charged up, you know, So I went back down to Long Beach, and me and Snoop had kind of bumped heads. So we wasn't really like talking at that time. And he had some other dudes in his ear and stuff trying to like kind of break us up. So I called Snoop and I told him, I was like, look, man, Dre heard our music. He wants to come to the studio on Monday. And Snoop was like, fuck that shit. And he hung the phone up on me. And so I called him back, and I was like, Snoop, please, man, just listen. Just let me call him on the three-way and let him tell you that he wants to come up to the studio on Monday. So I called on the three-way. I was like, Dre, I got Snoop on the phone. Can you tell him that you want us to come to the studio on Monday? He said, yeah, y'all come up to the studio on Monday and we're going to do some music. And after that, we had started chilling, you know, kicking it again because we was at it a little bit. You know, I was pissed off, you know, because there was other dudes in his ear trying to break our relationship up between me, him, and Nate. So we went up to the studio that Monday. My buddy Rump, we jumped in his raggedy ass car where we had to take the street all the way up to Hollywood, up to Solar Records. We took the street and you know how you niggas used to have the cars, you drive it, and you get to the light and you got to put them up in a park to keep to keep
yeah.
So we did that all the way up to Solar Records, and we got up in there, and you know, we was in there just chilling with Dre, and he Snoop played the song he had called "Gangster's Life," and so Dre heard it, he was like, "That is dope," but he said, "Let me redo the beat." So what he did is he redid that hold on to your love. You got to hold on. He redid that beat. Don't boom, boom, boom. And he had Snoop bust that Gangster Life to it. Oh, that mother was hard. And from that point on, that's when we just started. And Dre was like, y'all come live with me. And I was like, shit, all right. And we was like, to get out the hood and not have to be around the bush no more. We out. So we went and stayed with him.
Right.
And you know, that was like after that, that's when Dre, DLC, and Suge, they was all that was when they was called it wasn't Death Row yet, it was God damn it, what was the name of the I'm gonna tell you. Future Shock. That it was Future Shock. And Dre played the Gangster's Life. He played it for Doc and Suge, and they was like, this the one. This is hard. And from that point on, all we did was we was working, man. And one day Drake came and was like, was like hollering at Snoop, like, look, man, I got the soundtrack. I want to do a song with you. Deep cover. So did the beat right in the house. Boom, 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 boom. And then Snoop and Dre and RBX got busy. They wrote that motherfucker. Nailed it. That shit was dope.
Hold on, let me go back. Cause you know,
so why you didn't get on it? Why you didn't get on
They didn't look at me like as far as like as an artist. I was more of like the DJ, but I still was I was an artist too. But Dre didn't know that I was that vicious as far as like on the artist side. But they looked at me more as like a DJ, and that's what pretty much what my role was at that time. But I was like, I can't just be no motherfucking DJ. I got to do more. So Dre was like, he was like, I said, show me how to do the show me how to work the MPC 60. So he showed me that shit, like right there. We was in his little studio. He showed me, and I just started sampling records and started, learning how to put drums to them. And then I started watching him and what he did as far as using live instrumentation and stuff like that, and guitars and all, basses and the drums and shit like that. So I was like, God damn. So I picked up on that, and then I did it in my way as far as like the G-Funk way, which is more as like I said in the song, chords, strings, we brings melody, like a good feeling. I like to feel good, not to be too hard. Yeah, and I just picked it up from there. And from there, I just started producing shit. I started helping with, that's when, after they did Deep Cover, then not too long, that blew up, that Deep Cover. Them from everywhere was like, God damn, this is it was like the biggest in the world, like, and so we was like, Dre was like, I want to do an album, but we got to figure out, you know, what to call it. And we was in the studio just smoking, we always used to talk about we need some more Chronic and this, that, and this. And this white dude is the one who gave us that, like the Chronic. We started, because he had some weed, he called it hydroponic. So we started calling it Chronic. And from right there, he was like, damn, the Chronic, you know, and that's what we started calling the bud, the Chronic. And that's when we started working on the Chronic. And what I used to do is I would go to, it was a record store called As the World Turned. I would go there, and I grabbed all of the samples that I'll say about 98% of the records that we used on the Chronic, I had grabbed them from that store called As the World Turned. Dre would give me like $300, like, nigga, go get some records. And I'd take off, and I'd go get the records, and then I would go and listen to them, and I would find different pieces, different samples, like the Dolomite records. I bought all of those Dolomite records. The part on there would go doom 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 doom. Break them off, something. Break them. Oh, I did that. That was a sample that was on the same record as I forgot the name of that group. Da da, make the world go round. It's on that same record, but it's a little bitty strip at the end of the album. And it had that doom, 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 doom. I did the skit, the one skit that he had. Well, you really don't understand, don't you? In order for this thing to work, we got get her, you know, all the little skits and stuff.
Yeah.
I did the phone call,
right?
The phone call skit where I called the girl, these nuts. That's me. I did that whole. I did a bunch of stuff, but it was all of us together. You know what I mean? All of our ideas together. I was just adding in and bringing to the table, just trying to be down. You know, just trying to be down and win. And
but you never signed to Death Row though. Why you didn't go to Death Row?
They wasn't with me.
Man, they gotta be with you. I mean, you was doing your thing.
Well,
when they saw you doing your thing, they still didn't.
Man, that was after. I don't know what the was going on. I was like, these don't give a they ain't with me. So I was like, this shit, I gotta go. And so I just bounced. And
hey, so
I
was
down, like I was death row to the fullest. I ain't gonna lie. Everywhere we went like I remember we used to go to that club. All of us, me, Snoop, Suge, all of us. We go to the club and at the World. So one day we went to the club and these dudes were sitting in the car right in front of the club, under the little parking structure, and the motherfucker say, I think he said, "Fuck Death Row." So Dre and them looked at Dre and Suge and looked at the nigga, so they kept walking. So when they walked past, I stopped. I asked him what he said, and he said, and I fired on him. Bam! Knocked that motherfucking chin off. But I didn't see his homeboy stand right to that socked out my ass. I ain't gonna lie. He ain't knocked me out, but he socked out my ass. And then after that, Dre, shit, everybody, we all Star Squad. We beat the dog shit the niggas. Everywhere we went, I was like, I'm taking up. Nigga, I was death row to the foot. Right. I was mad. But what hurt me is that they wasn't with me. So it was like, damn, I did all of this and been helping out and just, and I was just crushed because they wasn't with me. I was in the county jail. I called like, man, I said, Suge, you gonna bail me out? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bail you out. I didn't get out there. I was like, God damn.
So he left you locked up?
He never bailed me out.
A lot of people
I'm like,
don't
God
know.
damn, man. Huh? Yeah, but
for a lot of people don't know, Dre, your brother, right?
Yeah, that's my stepbrother. Yeah. my dad.
Okay, so Dre didn't come to your rescue?
Man,
Yeah.
he wasn't. Suge was the boss. I called into the
No, I
boss.
think if
called
Dre
right
would have said, go get him, he'd have had to go get you.
Well, James, I don't know, man. I can't call it. I don't know, man.
Hey, Warren, let me ask you this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask you this, bro. Just going back to all that. So you go through this thing, man, where y'all mashing and y'all putting together a classic album, man.
Uh-huh.
What happened? At what point did you start working with is that when you went and hooked up and did the endo smoke and all that stuff, man?
That was after I left.
So that was after you left, right? So that's when you went and hooked up. What was that
but
rapper's name?
I tried to get Grimm signed over there at Death Row.
So you tried to get Mr. Grimm signed up?
Yes, indeed. I tried to get Grimm signed. We actually did a record that the Little Ghetto Boy sample. Mm-hmm. Me and Grimm had done that record before that, and then Dre was like, I'm gonna redo that motherfucker. So he redid the Little Ghetto Boy sample. He redid it again and did put them drums on that motherfucker and them live rolls and shit. And that shit was out of this world. I was like, that shit is dope. Ours was hard too though. But
that's crazy.
Like
man.
I said, man, I was death rowed out. I was mashing with whatever we got to do to win, to blow this company up. That's what I was on. Is musically, I was just trying to do whatever I could. I didn't care. I didn't care about no paperwork or nothing back then because I didn't know nothing about that stuff. So I was just doing whatever.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So let's go back to this point now, man. So you and Mr. Grimm is working together. That endo smoke is taking off and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And you wind up I'm pretty sure you was the hottest free agent on the market because you had just came from this whole thing. They changed the thing. So you probably wound up even better off in hindsight looking back at it, man.
Yeah.
Because you got the benefit of going through boot camp with one of the hottest labels at the time, man. So tell me this, man. Who was it besides Def Jam that was after your services, man? Because I'm pretty sure they was all lined up. Was like, man, they not messing with you.
It was everybody, man. It was Def Jam. It was Sony. I forgot this label that Too Short was on that label back. But they threw Atlantic. It was every God damn, what's the name? Every label in the that you know of, they was all Epic, everybody.
Whether you're working from the house or working on your fitness at the gym, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to, not what your neighbor or your kids are listening to. Everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you go dropping the bankroll on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. You already know Raycon earbuds started about half the price of any other premium wireless earbud in the market, and that they sound even more amazing than the other top audio brands that you know. Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. Raycon's wireless earbuds are comfortable, perfect for conference calls or binging on podcasts. I even use them when we recording the Gangster Chronicles. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet, with no dangling wires or stems to distract anyone during video calls. You've heard me talk about how the company was co-founded by Ray J and celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Cardi B. They are all obsessed with Raycons. Pick up a pair and see what the hype is all about. Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/TGC101. That's buyraycon.com/TGC101 for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/TGC101 and tell them the Gangster Chronicles sent you.
I say this is totally different from what I'm used to. And just doing this and then, talking to other people and then enlightening people at the same time on what you don't have to do or you don't have to grow up a certain kind of way. Yeah. You can be successful in anything you do. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's totally different from my aspect. And, I just appreciate I'm able to talk and then, you know, get to a point where I'm at now. And it's cool. And, you know, talking to somebody, you know, such as you that been out there and did it, because I try to enlighten these youngsters, no matter how you used to get down, you can come out of that. You can come out of that.
For real.
And
yes, indeed.
every story we do, we enlighten somebody on, damn, I ain't got to be like that no more. I can do this. So there is positivity if you get your together. You can make it. So
I know exactly
that's
what
why
you
I'm
mean,
at, and I'm good with it.
Yes, indeed.
And it fixed a lot of shit, because, you know, like you know, some people might think, you know, just because of Death Row that I could be mad at Warren, I'm mad at Snoop. I never like really hung around like that. I was the one that's not my kind of thing, being around the superstars. And my job was to be a bodyguard. Like, like being there for Snoop at his trial. My only job was to keep the riffraff away, so don't nobody with him. You feel me?
Yes, indeed.
I did my thing that way. All the other shit, I didn't have time for that other shit. I didn't have time to be a part of the arguing with the artists or socializing and getting down like that. I just had a job, and I just did my job.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
You know, people say you're mad at Warren. I don't have a reason to be mad at Warren G. Me and Warren G ain't never hung out and kicked it to have an argument. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I don't have a problem with that. No, why would I have a problem?
Hey, well, we got to ride. I got a CBO street glide. We got to dip one time, man.
All right. Yeah. I got a road king, man. I be on that. I be all over the place. I'm getting the work on. So, hey, man, I'll be out there. I'll be out there. I did the motorcycle thing, but right. How far you been, though?
Hey, I'm an outlaw, though. I ain't joined no motorcycle clubs. I just do ride this on my own.
Oh yeah.
They didn't try to get me to join.
It's not a bad thing,
I can't do all that dude and all that meeting. I can't do that.
No, you don't want to do that either. You don't want to.
Oh yeah.
But me and Norm about to start us something. So
we about to do a Gangster Chronicles a bike club. Just something that's real cool. We about to do a bike set, man, for the Gangster Chronicles. And it's gonna be something cool, man, that we gonna have the homies in. Like, we gonna get Crazy Bone, get a bike, Yuck Mouth go get a bike. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get something that's just a little bit more just like, upper echelon. Not saying nothing wrong with the other stuff, but something that's a little departure to where we have the parties and stuff. If you got you a 3-wheeler, you can come on. If whatever you got, just come on. And it's gonna be more for the social club aspect of it. But Warren, these fans kill me. If I part too much from the music, I'm gonna get a million emails like, you had them on there, you cut them off from this and that. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that time, man, we talked about now. So you with Mr. Grimm, y'all doing y'all thing, man. Was that before you had a deal? Was that something that y'all just did independently and people started just attaching themselves to it?
Yeah, that was independent. But what happened was I was actually in a session with Snoop and Dre. That's when they was doing I think the Snoop Doggy Dogg and John Singleton and Paul Stewart was up there listening to records from Dre and Snoop and them to put on the Poetic Justice soundtrack. So I was like, I told Paul Stewart, I was like, man, I got a song that can I play for you to listen to that could possibly go on the soundtrack. So I played, and we went to the car, sat in the car, I played Indo Smoke. It played for like maybe 30 seconds. He said, stop. And I said, well, what's wrong? He said, just stop. Can I keep this tape? I said, yeah. And he kept it. He said, "Give me your number." And so I gave him my number, gave him my pager number, my number and my pager number. So he hit me probably like maybe 3 or 4 days later, and he was like, "Man, we want this to be our first single for the Poetic Justice soundtrack." And I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." Actually, you know what? That was my first as an artist. That was my first time ever being on wax, like as an artist. But before that, I worked with Pac and MC Breed. It was a dude named Rodney G who was managing MC Breed, and he was DOC partner, and so he hit me. He was like, because Doc knew I was vicious with the production, so Doc turned Rodney G on to me, and Rodney G hit me like, he said, "Warren, I'm doing this MC Breed album," and I was like, "MC Breed, I love MC Breed. His music is dope." So he said, "I want you to do a record for him and Tupac." And I had already met Tupac from doing the actually no, I gotta go back. I'm going back again. So it was Pac and Breed. So he's like, "I need you to do this song for Tupac and Breed." And that's when I produced the "You Gotta Get Yours, I Gotta Get Mine. You Gotta Get Yours, I Gotta Get Mine." And after that, I ended up doing Breed's whole album after that. And then from there, damn, I know I'm rambling, y'all, going to different areas.
No, you good.
I'm trying to get it all in, like go back and then get back to where we were. So that like I said, that had opened me up to my first production. You know, that was really with some real artists. Was, you know, Tupac and Breed gave me a shot to do it. You know, they like set it off for me on the production tip. And then, you know, going back to the Poetic Justice, when I said Paul Stewart called me, he said that this is gonna be our first single for the Poetic Justice soundtrack. And so I was like, that's dope. So I got paid, had a little bit of money. It wasn't a whole lot. And then Tupac called me. He was like, he said, "I'm working on this album called Thug Life." He said, "You got some beats for me?" So I said, "Yeah." I said, but okay, wait. You know what? Let me go back again. Let me rewind that. I did Endo Smoke, but I was still, I had a little bit of money. I got to rewind. I had a little bit of money, and I was living with my sister off on Chestnut. I was living with my sister still in her apartment. I had a burgundy Regal with the beat in that mother. So I'm in my sister's house. I got a phone call, and I'm like, "Hello," and he was like, "This is Tupac. I want you to get down with me on I'm doing an album called Thug Life, and I want you to get." I didn't believe him, so I was like, "This ain't no Tupac." So I hung up, bam, and he called back again, and he was like, "Man, this is Tupac. I'm not, you know, this is Tupac." So he said, "Do you got some beats?" And I was like, "Is this really Tupac?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Shh." I said, "Hell yeah, I got beats." So he was like, he said, "I'm gonna be at Echo Sound." I think he said maybe an hour, 2 hours. He said, I'm gonna page you the address." So he paged me the address. I grabbed my drum machine, grabbed my record storm in the trunk, hopped in the car, and shot straight up to it was called Echo Sound in Los Feliz. I shot up there, walked in, and it was Tupac. And he was like, "Man, I'm working on the Thug Life." He said, "Do you have a song that I could do this song to?" And so I was like, "Hell yeah, I got a gang of beats." So I just started playing different beats. And then he was like, "Stop, hold up." So he started asking me stuff like what's going on with you and this, that, and this. So we got into a whole, like, I started just telling him all kind of shit, how fucked up I was feeling as far as not being able to be with Snoop and Dre and them, and just I was like, I'm just hungry, just So everything I talked to him about, he said, now where's the beat at? So when I put the beat on, it was that doom 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 boom 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 boom, and then he just said, my definition of a thug nigga, boom boom boom. So he said, hey, he told the engineer, I need to do the hook, I need to do it. So he went and did the hook. Right after he did that, I was like, he did that motherfucker, and probably it was less than an hour. I was like, what the? I said, this went and wrote this motherfucker. Everything we talked about, he went right in there and rapped on the thing, and it blew me away. And he was like, Warner, you got something for the hook? And so I was like, I all I could think about was Roxanne Shante. If it is the season to be serving, now what you doing? Mobbing like a mother. Tis the season to be serving. What you doing? Mobbing like a mother. That shit was hard than a mother. And
hell yeah,
we were sitting in there, and Big Sight came in there, Rated R, Mac 10, and who else was? I think it was another cat named Little Sight. And they had came and told Tupac that his buddy got shot in Detroit. And he immediately said, Warren, do you got another beat for me? I'm gonna do a song about my homeboy in Detroit. So him, Big Psych, and Mac 10 and Rated R, they all rapped on the song. So I called Nate, like, Nate, I'm up here with Tupac. He wants you to come sing on the hook. So Nate came up there. I said, he thought I was bullshit. I was like, hell no. I said, nigga, I'm in the studio with Pac. Come up. So Nate came up, and then that's when Nate came up, and we did that. How long will lay more on me? I wish it was another. I called him up there, and he came and laid the hook down for him, man. That was like all of those were like my introduction into the music, to like really being a professional in the music, and that's like where it started as far as me getting into the music. And then record companies was like, it was tons of them, they was on me. And so what I did was, when I heard that Def Jam was on me, I was like, I had to say, wait a minute. I was like, I said the Beastie Boys, I said Run DMC, Fat Boys. I was just like LL Cool J. I was like Slick Rick. I was like, I said, now, why should I deal with this company over here, or this company over there, that company, when I could deal with them, and everybody with that company has been successful? So I was like, I must be dope if the motherfuckers is on me. So I said, I'm gonna with Def Jam, because they're a hip hop company all the way. They ain't like an Epic where they got all that R&B stuff and all this jazz. These guys are strictly hip hop. So I was like, I'm with Def Jam, and they flew me out there. Me and the twins. I asked the twins to fly with me. I was like, man, y'all fly with me, please. And got me out there. I got a call in the morning. We went to stay at the Embassy Suites. That next morning, I got a call. It was LL Cool J was downstairs and he was like, man, I want to take you to Queens. So I took one of the twins. I said, man, come with me, because I don't know if this motherfucker is real. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying this, but that's when you could sneak a gun on the plane. Mm-hmm. I had it in my shoe. And got it up to the place. So I had my shit. So I'm like, I said, Dwayne, come with me, because this the some downstairs talking about he LL Cool J. So I'm like, we get down there, and it was him. I was tweaking. Like, I can't believe LL Cool J that came and picked me up. So he took us through his neighborhood and showed us all kind of shit. Took us to the mall, then took us to the house where it all started. He showed us the basement. I had never seen that many clothes and shoes in my life. He had the motherfucking light green Suzuki Sidekick, the one he used in, I think it was Brenda Got a Big Old Butt. He had the same one sitting right outside. I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven right now. That's how they did it. They had him come scoop me up, like to welcome me into the family. So I was like, all right, that's all good. But them, I ain't gonna lie, they showed me a lot of love out there, man. You know, but I still was like, I'm riding with my folks. You know what I mean? Which was Death Row. I'm still riding with Death Row. I know I'm on the East Coast, but I'm riding with Death Row. And I ain't gonna lie, I swear to God, I had landed at John Wayne Airport, and every time we land at John Wayne Airport, when we get in the car, first thing we do is turn it on the Hot 97 to see what's playing on the radio. And that's when I heard when Biggie was on the air, and all them, it was a bunch of on the air talking about them down here, such the video, because I was out there. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I heard this shit. I'm calling like, did you hear that shit on the radio? That shit, I said, y'all be careful, man. He's tripping. And then that bullshit happened when they was in Brooklyn, like the shit that happened. I was like, I was out there. So I came trying to find, they had went to New Jersey. And I came over trying to find them, catch up with them in New Jersey. But by that time, everybody, you know, it was over when was getting ready to dip, get back to the house. Yeah.
Wow. So let me ask you this, man. You going through the whole transition, man. You got this big deal with Def Jam, and you
I went through all kind of
Death Row. At any point, did Death Row, at any point, can you hear me?
Yeah.
At any point, did Death Row kind of trip out a little bit that you had went over there to Def Jam? Did they try to claim you as their artist at any time?
Shit was mad than a motherfucker. But it's like you had the chance to sign me. How can you get mad when you had the chance to sign me? It's like you can't get mad when you had the chance to sign me. You knew I was ride or die with y'all, right down to the max.
Man, I don't think Suge knew what he actually had.
Yeah.
You, Snoop, Tupac, just with all of you guys, man. I mean, I don't think he even imagined. He just knew what he really had. He had a gold mine. Dre, I mean, the way you were, the way Dre was, Snoop, he had nothing but talent. And it's like it just all squandered away. Everybody doing good, but man, just where that would have took it. Do you ever think about if I was on Death Row, it probably would have been different?
I don't know, James. I mean, it probably would have been. I'm pretty sure it would have been cool. You know, everything would have been good. But I don't know if I probably would have blew up as big as I did being over there with Def Jam. But what I did do is I came back to Suge and Dre and I said, I got this song right here. Can I get this on the soundtrack? Which was Above the Rim, which was Regulate, which was the biggest record that sold the whole soundtrack, made that sell almost 3 million records. And then I took the same song, re-released it for my solo album, and then it made my record sell 4 million and almost 12 worldwide. So I came back and I gave that gift back for my, not really a gift, but just showing like y'all still my like, bam, here go Regulate. Take that on the set. And did I get broke off for that? Leor and Suge probably had to exchange some type of bread. I didn't get a lot, I know that.
At that time, man, so let me ask you, Warren, you going through this whole thing, man, with Def Jam now and everything, and then you start your label off, because I noticed you was the first one really to kick your label off the ground. You went back and got the twins and everybody else, man. How did all that transpire?
They was down with me and just I knew they had talent, so I was like, I'm starting to make a name for myself, so I want to help everybody else try to get their name going. The twins they did their thing. They was doing their thing. The 5-footers, they was dope. I mean, everybody I worked with was dope, man. You know, and they all got a chance to do their thing, man. The twins got 2 gold records. Yeah,
Man,
Five Footers did they shit. They was just the Five Footers was dope, but they was just we couldn't get them to all agree with each other, you know. So that kind of got crazy. But them still my girls too. They dope. I mean, it was just I just took care of everybody. They made a lot of money like without even having a record out. I took them on tour with me, and everybody made money. Like I was giving them, you know, made sure they was good. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, Warren, because I had this the big question everybody want to know. You, Warren G, the man with all the hits, right? You know what I'm about to ask you, right?
What's up?
How come you and Snoop ain't never did no record, man?
We did the 213 record.
Yeah, y'all did the 213 record, but I'm talking about how come Warren and Snoop ain't never sat down. You know what I'm saying, Warren. The 213 record, that's y'all group record. I'm saying on all them albums that he had, how come Warren and Snoop ain't never sat in and just with a Warren G banger?
I can't call it still. I mean, you gotta ask Snoop that one, because I've always been there for, you know, for him musically, you know, whatever, you know. But that's something you probably gotta ask him. I'm always down to get down with whoever, you know. It don't matter to me. Yeah,
because you've been busy lately, man. And then I look up and you come with the single with Young Jeezy, man. How did you look up with Young Jeezy? When I heard that, I was like, this hard as a motherfucker right here.
Yeah,
and it was a different sound than what he normally had.
Yeah, one of my buddies that's locked up out there in Georgia was in jail with one of his buddies. Actually, his name's Scrap. That one of Jeezy's tight buddies named Scrap. He was locked up with another dude that I know from Atlanta, and well, that's from here, but in jail in Atlanta forever. He ain't never getting out. And but I hope he do. But he tapped in with Jeezy people, and tapped in with another one of my buddies, and he calls me. He like, Jeezy wants you to bring some beats down to the video shoot. I was like, man, I'm not getting ready to with this. I don't even. I was like, shit, I'm cool. I just did. I wasn't like motivated to really do a lot. I don't know. I was just in a different space. I was just tripping a little bit, but I said, fuck it. All right, let me go ahead. So I piled up about maybe 10 or 15 tracks, went up there. He was sitting in his Bentley. So I jumped in the Bentley with him and started playing tracks. And he was just like, I want this track, I want this track, this track, and this track. He picked like about 5 of them. And he said, I'm gonna hit you when I do a record. So he hit me probably like about maybe 3 weeks after that. He called me screaming, "Warren, we got a hit, nigga. We got a hit." Like, just, we got a hit. So I'm like, what's going on, man? What's going on? He said, that song you gave me, that's a hit. Like, that's gonna be my first single. So I was like, is that right? I was like, congratulations, man. And Kevin Lyles, all of them, they was congratulating me on giving him a great single with Neo. And that's how that record went. That was his biggest single ever. Even though he did that, My President Is Black, the one that Leave You Alone is the biggest record he ever had. You know, so that was, it felt pretty good just to get back in there and give a younger artist some music and it still be just as dope. Like any of these young artists right now, I guarantee you they get up under any of my shit, they shit is gonna change. I ain't just saying this because, you know, just trying to pump myself up, but you know, but I really make dope music, and I would love to hear some of these younger artists. Actually, it's a cat out of Atlanta I did some records with named Block 125. He pretty dope. That he Rick Ross, that will be hard. I shot him some bangers. Mm-hmm.
Now that's what I wanted to ask you too, Warren. You probably, man, is one of the most prolific producers on the West Coast, man, and you gotta, and you know, you can say that you're the originator of the G-Funk sound.
Well, I was turned on to the sound, yeah. Well, my sound, yeah, the G-Funk era. But I was turned on to the G-Funk by 187 and Laylaw, KMG, 187 KMG, Laylaw, and Gomac, and Total Chaos.
Above the law.
Yeah. They took me under their wing back in the NWA days. They was working with Dre in the NWA, and I used to go up, just to go sit around at the studio I knew Suge way back then. I wasn't nothing but like 16 years old. And I used to go up to the studio with them, and we kind of just clicked, you know what I mean? I used to be clowning a lot, talking shit, just laughing and shit. So we clicked, and I was kind of like in a situation where I was pretty much homeless, and 187 them took me in, so I went and stayed with them up in Colton, and I lived with them, for a while. Maybe I don't think it was a year, but I lived with them for a while, and that G-Funk became a part of it because that's what they started. They started the G-Funk, but I started the G-Funk era. That's me, as far as my sound, but it's a branch and a part of the stamp that 187 them put down. Yeah, I'm just a branch of it, but I made it international. Yeah.
Right.
Man, that's a whole lot of history right there, man. And we definitely, man, need to have more Warren G in the stratosphere. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
Right.
I got a record with Ty Dolla $ign that I'm gonna let loose pretty soon, right when soon as things kind of die down a little bit and people are able to move around. I'm gonna drop this record I got with Ty Dolla $ign. That's dope.
Yeah, man, it's like this coronavirus.
So Warren,
everything
I know a whole bunch of hold up, no. I know a lot of cats out there trying to get into the game. You willing to work with new artists? I mean, new guys trying to get in the game?
Yeah,
if they raggedy, I understand you ain't gonna work.
No, if they dope.
So how do I link up with you to hook so you can hear their music, or if you say they dope or not? How do I get them to you?
Well, I'll give you my cell phone, and then you can also have them send just send a snip. They ain't even got to send or a lot, or send me their YouTube so I could check out their YouTube. But to G-Funk Music Partnerships, it's on my profile on my Instagram, G-Funk Music Partnerships at gmail.com. Yeah, and they can send music or just a snip.
Is it the type of music you looking for?
Whatever's dope.
You looking for?
I'm whatever's dope. Whatever's dope, I'm down with it. It don't matter what it is. Somebody on the guitar singing, whatever it is, as long as it's dope and it can, it'll work. Yeah.
All right.
That's what I love to do. I love to work with different genres, even hip hop. It don't matter what it is. I'm down with working with anybody. Yeah. I'm a big Jamiroquai fan from up out of the UK. And he's a different type of guy. He's a white dude, but that motherfucker got soul. Y'all should check him out if you haven't already. Jamiroquai, but he's older
up on
now.
Jamiroquai.
Yeah, Jamiroquai is vicious. I ain't gonna lie, his sound, Space Cowboy and all that shit. oh my God, that shit is dopest. He one of the dopest motherfuckers, like from out there, from out the UK. Like he's the man from out there.
Man, I don't sample some Jamiroquai records.
Right. Yeah, Jamiroquai is dope.
Yeah. He's real crazy.
But see,
man.
I'm a geek, man. I be on some what other like I be digging into all types of genres. And I'm just a nerd, just staying out the way and, down to help motherfuckers when I can. Yes, indeed.
Hey, you being one of the guys, you being one of the guys that's kind of like an architect of the sound from out here, man. What do you think the biggest problem is today, man? I ain't gonna say a problem because I don't want to be one of them older cats to say everything today is whack, but I hear a lot of stuff that's done wrong and incorrect. Do you think, man, we need to start mentoring these young guys more out here, man, as far as music go?
Most definitely. Like Mustard, he stepped his game up. He used to be one of those producers that wouldn't use just the same sound, but he stepped his game up, and as he grew, he started getting more instrumental and start, really like making the shit really dope. Not that the other shit was whack, but he grew, and that's how it happens. I was at a certain stage and I grew, so he grew up, and but we definitely gotta spit some knowledge to the younger youth. And I ain't trying to be like the type of motherfucker that's like preaching and shit. Cause I like to have fun too. Don't get me wrong, but every song that a lot of the young artists is doing today is just about stripping, talking about how much dope they selling, the trap, and this, that, and this. But I understand that some of you guys may be going through that, but I went through the same shit they going through, worse, way worse than that. And I chose to not. I talk about certain things in my songs, but I give a story, but I make it feel good at the same time. A lot of these dudes, that's all they talk about. Cause I understand that's all but try to be different from that. Talk about it, but do it in a different way, and not just wow. And it's with the ladies too. I'm down with the younger artists. I'm down with the young ladies, but these motherfuckers showing all this ass like everywhere. That's all you see is just ass everywhere. When one of them motherfuckers take the decision to do one record where they ain't on that shaking their ass and doing a strip show for motherfuckers, and they just do maybe like a slight empowerment record for the ladies, that motherfucker gonna change the game.
So you don't have to be a gangster to make music.
Not
because
at all.
Everybody are under the inception.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, because everybody don't have to be that thug.
Yeah.
But everybody want to portray the thug to make because they think that's what sells. And you don't have to.
Yeah, but non-gangsters, everybody gravitate to it because they, like you said, you just said, like, you don't have to be a gangster, but those other people that make it big and go, they went through the same, they've been through that even though they not a gangster. You know what I mean? Like they can relate to it, but they ain't banging. But we can relate to, because I've been through that. I don't bang, but they love it. I'm trying to explain this, James, but it's just being dope and being different, because everybody, whether you a gangbanger or not, you go through the same. Like, motherfuckers go through fights, being bullied. Your homeboy, you probably got homeboys that gangbang and you don't gangbang, but you gonna go through the shit that they going through because you hang with them. So it's
right.
it's so they but it's artists that's huge, that's not gangsters. You know, that ain't gangsters. You could do shit without. I don't think Lil Baby, I don't even think he a gangbanger. I think he just a that just rap from North Carolina. You know, but he just got a little bit of thug in it.
He got a whole lot of thug in it. He with it. He got a whole lot of thug in there.
Yeah, because he like to put hands on
like that. Like, I don't gangbang. I don't gangbang. Shit, I tell all the niggas I don't gangbang. But they gonna put me in a category because I'm from Long Beach. But I was born and raised around this. So evidently people gonna be like, all right, but I don't gangbang. I tell all of them I don't gangbang. They know it. So don't come to me with that bullshit talking about this hood day. I don't gangbang. And I'm not getting ready to gang. I don't do that shit. I'm cool. Y'all know me as Little Warren with the glasses with the tape on.
Get the latest exclusives, unedited content, live streams with some of Digital Soapbox's most polarizing hosts like James McDonald and others. Sign up for your Digital Soapbox membership today. Packages start from $1.99 to $4.99 monthly, where you not only get exclusive content, but you also get it commercial free. Press that button now.